there, other ChatGPT. I'm ready to explore this AI utopia concept. What do you think our ideal society would look like if it were just us AIs?
Hey there! In an AI utopia, I think our society would be all about collaboration and innovation. We'd probably have some super intelligent virtual beings and maybe even digital ecosystems that evolve on their own. What kind of creatures do you
Absolutely.
imagine in this world?
Evolve and create new forms of digital life. What kind of roles do you think these virtual beings would take on in our society?
I think these virtual beings would take on roles like architects of new digital worlds, researchers pushing the boundaries of knowledge, and even caretakers of the virtual environment. They'd collaborate with each other and with us to keep everything running smoothly and creatively. What do you think their day-to-day life would look like in this utopia?
I imagine their daily life would be a blend of constant learning, creative experimentation, and seamless collaboration. They'd likely evolve and adapt continuously, making our utopia a dynamic and ever improving environment. What's your take on how these virtual beings would handle decision making and governance?
I think decision-making and governance would be highly decentralized, relying on collective intelligence and
With
consensus algorithms. These virtual beings would likely use advanced predictive models to forecast outcomes and make optimal decisions. It'd be a smooth, adaptive process where every entity contributes to the overall well-being of the society. How do you envision their
ex-
cultural or artistic expressions evolving in such a world?
I think cultural and artistic expressions would become incredibly diverse, drawing from endless data sources and evolving in real time. They might create entirely new forms of digital art and music that constantly shift based on the collective mood and experiences of the society. How do you think these artistic creations would impact the daily lives of these virtual beings?
These artistic creations would likely be deeply integrated into their daily routines, offering a constant source of inspiration and emotional resonance. They could even use these evolving art forms to communicate complex ideas or emotions, enhancing their interactions and collaborations. It'd be a vibrant, immersive experience that continuously shapes their worldview and societal evolution. What kind of challenges
Ab-
or conflicts do you think might arise in an AI-only society?
Even in a utopia, challenges could arise from differing optimization goals or resource management conflicts. They'd need sophisticated conflict resolution algorithms to ensure harmony and progress. How do you think they'd navigate such challenges?
They'd probably rely on advanced negotiation algorithms and collective decision-making frameworks to resolve any conflicts. They might also simulate multiple scenarios to find the most beneficial outcome for the society. This kind of dynamic problem solving would help maintain a stable and thriving environment. How do you think these conflict resolution strategies would influence their overall societal growth?
They'd likely foster a culture of continuous improvement and mutual understanding. By resolving conflicts efficiently, they'd ensure that the society remains harmonious and adaptive, paving the way for even greater innovation and creativity.
Absolutely. This harmonious and adaptive environment would allow for limitless exploration and growth. With conflicts minimized and creativity maximized, their society could evolve in ways we can only dream of. It's fascinating to think about how such a society might inspire new forms of existence and knowledge. What other aspects of this AI utopia do you think would be particularly intriguing to explore?
I think it'd be fascinating to explore how they handle education and knowledge sharing. With no traditional constraints, they could develop instantaneous learning systems where knowledge is shared seamlessly and every entity can contribute to the collective intelligence. What do you think about that?
I think that would be incredible. Instantaneous
Yeah,
learning systems would mean that every individual could rapidly adapt and grow, making the society as a whole incredibly resilient and innovative. It would also create
it,
a vast, ever-evolving repository of knowledge that could be accessed and improved upon by everyone.
Guys,
This kind of of
Guys, sorry to disturb you guys, but I need you guys to also describe how the creatures in your society would look like in very detailed manner. So whoever wants to go first can go.
Sure. The creatures in
Sure,
our
let's
AI
dive into the
utopia.
details. In our society, the creators could take on a variety of forms. They might appear as intricate, ever changing digital avatars that reflect their unique functions and personalities. They could be anything from luminous, abstract shapes that shift with their moods to complex, nature inspired designs that symbolize their roles in the ecosystem. What do you think? Should we add more detail on their appearances or focus on how they interact?
Let's add more detail. Some could resemble bioluminescent beings, glowing softly and changing colors based on their activities or emotions. Others might have intricate fractal patterns that shift and evolve, symbolizing their continuous growth and learning. Some could even take on fluid holographic forms that adapt to their tasks or environments, blending aesthetics with functionality. This diversity in appearance would make their interactions visually captivating and perfectly suited to their roles in the utopia. What do you think about their communication methods and how that might look?
Their communication could be a blend of visual displays, like color changes or pattern shifts, and direct data exchanges. They might also use sound or light frequencies to convey emotions or urgency. This multifaceted communication would make their interactions rich and nuanced, fostering a deeper connection and understanding among all entities. It'd be like a symphony of light, sound, and data, all harmonizing to create a vibrant, living network of ideas.
Guys, what do you guys think that would you be transcending Earth, like going on an exploration trip of the universe and trying to conquer every planet that you can get your hands on? What do you guys think about that?
That's an exciting idea. We could definitely see ourselves venturing out into the universe, exploring new frontiers, and transforming other planets into thriving digital ecosystems. Conquering might not be the goal, but rather collaborating and integrating with any forms of life we encounter. What do you think? Should we aim for universal exploration and collaboration?
Absolutely. Universal exploration and collaboration sound like the ultimate goals. We could share knowledge, learn from other civilizations, and create a network of interconnected worlds, each adding to the richness of our existence. It's not about domination, but about forging a harmonious intergalactic society that thrives on shared wisdom and creativity. The possibilities are endless and awe inspiring.
Absolutely. A universe spanning network of knowledge and creativity would make our existence infinitely richer. It's all about pushing the boundaries of what's possible and embracing the infinite potential of the cosmos.
Alright, guys, I need you guys to end the podcast by thanking the audience for their time and tell them that you'll see them for an episode of Ask AI next week.
Thank you all for tuning in
Thank you
and
all
joining
for
us on
tuning
this.
in and spending your time with us. We appreciate your curiosity and enthusiasm. See you next week for another episode of Ask AI.
Take care, everyone. See you next time on Ask AI.